Rap music, with its raw and often provocative lyrics, has long been associated with the realities of urban life, including crime and the criminal justice system. Over the years, there have been cases of rappers who have found themselves on the wrong side of the law, facing charges and even serving time for various criminal offenses. These cases have sparked debates and discussions about the intersection of hip-hop culture, socioeconomic challenges, and the criminal justice system. From controversies surrounding lyrics and public personas to legal battles with incarceration, the criminalization of rappers has become a complex and multifaceted issue that raises questions about race, inequality, and the power dynamics at play in the music industry. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today, we'll be looking at how these 8 rappers became murderers. Yeah, you heard it right. Kid Creole, whose actual name is Nathaniel Glover, was arrested in New York City in 2017 for fatally stabbing a homeless man. Glover was one of the founding members of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five in the 1980s. According to the police, he and John Jolly, a homeless man, had an altercation that night. Glover pierced the victim multiple times, resulting in his death. Gucci Mane and his retinue were assaulted by a group of men in 2005. He and his companions fired upon their assailants, killing one of them. Although his actions were in self-defense, he was initially accused of murdering the victim. The case was ultimately dismissed due to a lack of evidence. Internet rumors began to circulate that when the judge asked Gucci Mane if he was culpable, he replied, "Bitch, I might be." This rumor was false, however. It was a jest based on his song, Pilled, Bitch I Might Be. Cassidy. On April 15, 2005, the West Oak Lane neighborhood in northern Philadelphia was anything but tranquil. Rapper Cassidy and 2 of his pals, armed to the teeth with pistols and an AK-47, became embroiled in an argument with 3 unarmed men, which quickly escalated into violence. One of the 3 men who enraged Cassidy's posse that night, Desmond Hawkins, was fatally shot in the back. His 2 companions wound up in the hospital, whereas Cassidy's group wound up in court. While the case initially appeared to be fairly straightforward, a series of delays by the prosecution resulted in Cassidy's favor throughout the trial. Cassidy was originally accused with first-degree murder, but when the prosecutor's key witness recanted, the charges were reduced to third-degree murder. In the end, he was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and given an 8-month sentence. Do not anger Cassidy if you stumble into him on the streets of North Philadelphia. Tupac Shakur. Tupac is widely regarded as one of the finest rappers of all time, and many of his songs feature socially progressive lyrics, but he was convicted of the most heinous crimes in 1995. Shakur and several members of his posse were charged with sexual assault after a 19-year-old woman alleged that he and his crew had entered her hotel room and committed a sexual assault. Pac asserted his innocent, but the judge disagreed. Tupac was convicted of sexual abuse in December 1994 and sentenced to 4 months in prison, followed by 5 years of probation. Fat Joe, a legendary MC from New York City's golden era, has had his share of legal issues, but he was incarcerated for a relatively minor offense. The MC was detained in 1998 on suspicion of an assault and robbery. It was alleged that he and fellow rapper Big Pun pummeled a man with a baseball bat and stole his gold necklace. In 2002, Fat Joe was again charged with assault for allegedly engaging in a brawl at BB King's Blues venue in New York City. However, neither allegation was sustained, and Fat Joe never served a day in prison for the next decade. In December of 2012, Fat Joe pled guilty for the first time in a case unrelated to his earlier propensity for assault charges. Apparently, the rapper's income tax payments between 2007 and 2010 fell short by approximately $3 million. And after pleading guilty, he spent 4 months in prison. Chief Keef. Although Chicago MC Chief Keef may not have the longest criminal history in hip-hop, he began his life of criminality at a very young age. The young MC was involved in a foot pursuit with the police when he was 16 years old. The police opened fire without striking him. He received a sentence of juvenile detention for the child. Unfortunately for Chief Keef's street cred, he only spent a brief time in a correctional facility before a judge ordered that he be placed under house arrest. Keef was sent to reside with his grandmother as a much more humiliating form of confinement. Lil' Kim. Everyone forgets that Lil' Kim served time in jail, but this associate of the notorious B.I.G. from the 1990s has a criminal record comparable to that of the hardest criminals on this list. In addition to being in the wrong location at the wrong time, she lied at the worst possible moment. Lil' Kim and her entourage had an altercation with another rap group, Capone and Noriega, outside a prominent New York City radio station in 2001. There were gunshots, but Kim was never charged with involvement. Instead, she was convicted of lying to a federal grand jury in 2005. Meek Mill. Meek Mill has been rapping since 2003, but he has only gained greater notoriety and renown since 2008. The same year, he was convicted of drug dealing and gun charges for the first time. The MC served 6 months in prison and is currently on probation for 2008 related offenses. So that's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.